Do you want to know one of my great fears? I've been a Christ follower since my youth, and who knows, perhaps life's finish line may not be that much further over the horizon. Anything can happen after 50, right? My great fear is that for whatever reason, my heart will grow cold and I will turn my back on God. Don't think that that could ever happen to you? Well, in this Thursday morning Bible chat, we're going to be looking at an ancient king of Israel, who though during his early life did great things for God, in his old age, his heart grew cold and he turned his back on God. Now, the early childhood of King Joash was traumatic to say the least. When he was an infant, his father, the king, died, and his grandmother attempted to seize power by having all members of the royal family murdered, including her own grandchildren. Talk about a grandma from hell. Fortunately for the young Joash, he was hurried off to the Jewish temple where he was raised in secrecy for about 6 years. And then when he was about 7 years of age, the godly high priest Jehoiada made his presence known to the public and he was crowned king. And Jehoiada would then go on to be a major influence and role in the early life and reign of King Joash. And because of Jehoiada's godly influence, Joash did great things for God. He got rid of all the pagan religions, the idols, the altars, and on top of that, he had major repairs done to the Jewish temple, which by then was well over 100 years old. Things were going great, but then his old mentor and friend, Jehoiada, passed away. Joash's high officials soon convinced him that the worship of the God of Israel and he alone was not adequate enough for the survival of their nation. They claimed that Joash needed to bring back all of these pagan religions with their idols and their altars, and that's what Joash did. To add insult to injury, Jehoiada had a son by the name of Zechariah, a prophet, whom Joash had murdered because Zechariah warned him about what he was doing. You may recall when Jesus was rebuking the religious leaders of his day. He said, "Upon you will come all the righteous blood that has been shed on earth, from the blood of righteous Abel to the blood of Zechariah." So the tragic tale of Joash provides us with some sober warnings. That it doesn't really matter how faithfully we've served God in the past. What matters is how we're serving him right now and how we're going to serve him in the future. We can't live off of yesterday's faithfulness. So the question I'll leave you with is this. Who is your Jehoiada? It could be a godly parent, a godly friend. It could be your spouse. And the problem is you may not know who he or she is until they're gone. Furthermore, is your faith strong enough? Have you made it your own so that when that Jehoiada is no longer there, you can still remain faithful to God? Own your own faith and make sure you have at least one godly Jehoiada in your life.